Hi, and welcome to this short episode of Interesting Finds. In my line of work with the consulting I do, I'm often not designing parts from scratch, but rather I'm designing them, to fit an existing part, and which means I need to figure out where screw holes are and alignment pins are and all that sort of thing. And part of my problem is that they rarely have drawings for anything. So, or they're incomplete drawings or they're inaccurate drawings. So the bottom line is I find myself, what is the hole spacing here? And you find yourself going and taking the calipers and trying to go the edge of the hole to the edge of the hole. And I know these are 2-inch centers because I made this, so that's actually pretty good. But it's actually hard to estimate, and a lot of times it's nowhere near as cut and dry as this. That's really getting surprisingly good, only a few thousandths off. But if you need to make something fairly precise, it's really hard to estimate. And then what do you do if you need to know the center spacing between this hole and this guy down here? Now, I'm actually doing the hypotenuse, and so the error is increased. In this case, it's only off by about 113 thousandths, but that's not nothing. So there, as far as I know, there weren't too many tools out there. There were some inserts that or some jaws that you could put over a standard set of calipers, and it would let you go center to center approximately. But they certainly wouldn't handle steps. And that's where this tool I found this week comes in. So the tool I found was a new one that I think Shar's tools had designed for them. At least that's my take on it. If not, I've never seen one like this. So Shar's is a company that originally was just selling, Chinese tooling inexpensively in the States, but they've expanded massively over the last, almost 9 years. When I took my first classes 9 years ago, I bought a bunch of tools from Shar's Tools, and they were pretty reasonable. I still, to this day, use their calipers as my main go-to. Here's the original Shar's Aventur calipers they sent me, and the only thing that's ever happened to it was there was like a little piece of plastic that broke, but other than that, these are still my daily go-tos, and they're still very accurate and work extremely well, still very smooth. Very happy with them. So when I saw this from Shar's, I was willing to take a chance. These 12-inch calipers are only $200. Let's take a look. Inside we have a certificate that it's been tested and qualified. That's worth very little, but nice to know. Resolution's 0.5 thousandths like standard calipers. Battery life, they're saying 2 years. Accuracy, 1.5 thousandths. Over 6 inches, 1.5 thousandths over 12 inches. That's pretty darn good. Measuring speed unlimited, and there's a digital offside centerline accuracy guarantee. This one says 0.002. Differs from this one, which is kind of interesting. The box isn't as nice as the regular Shar's calipers, the 12-inch. Here's the 12-inch I was using a little bit earlier. And you can see this box is better made. Now, typically, I don't store stuff in the boxes anyways, so that doesn't really matter to me. Matter of fact, now that I've got this one, I only have room to store it by getting this one and taking it out of the box and ditching the box, so I'm gonna. This is a very interesting design. This set of calipers that comes in a plastic bag complete with moisture absorption and anti-rust material. I guess that's mostly anti-rust, not moisture absorption. These guys are designed to find center position, although in the drawings, these pins seemed like they were larger diameter. So this is going to be interesting because the holes I've got here, these are not going to work particularly well on, but you notice they're adjustable height-wise. So you can do offsets with these, which I've never seen in a caliper design before. So I think they need to make some of these with different sizes of these or adapters that'll fit on the end to make them larger diameter. Maybe I can make some myself. Let me get a battery in here and we'll take a closer look. Swapping the battery is, we're putting in a new battery. It's a standard 2032, which is great. A lot better than the LR44. It's got a little water resistant seal on it. Wouldn't count on that one, but better than nothing. I guess if you're using these in a CNC environment with lots of coolant, that would become a factor that would be very important for you. So you probably want to pay close attention to it. It's a little fiddly. There is a piece of plastic that's clear to help you remove the battery, which I don't find you typically need with these CR2032s. You can just get a screwdriver to do it, but they put it in anyways. And it's popping the seal off here. Looks like it's just a pressure fit kind of deal. Rather than O-ring, it covers the whole thing. And here we are, set in millimeters. Let's go back to inches. And there is 0. So this spacing is 0. What this should default to, and I got to read the manual to find out what their intentions are here, is this is some predetermined spacing here. And when you hit 0, it should be that. I don't know, what does the PR button do? I don't know, that doesn't seem to be it. I'm gonna check the manual real quick to figure it out, because obviously this is not 0. First piece of information I needed was the spacing between these pins. I'm assuming that they were ground center to center, so that this point is dead center on this pin. So the thickness of one of these pins should be the same distance as the center to center spacing, which turns out to be 0.2. So I think that's probably a decent guess. The PR function here lets you set the preset offset on these, which you can make a really large number. You see how many digits they've got here. You can go, well, over 12 inches, which is only 12-inch caliper. But getting into preset mode, press and hold until it starts flashing. Switch to the press and hold to get to the first digit set, press and hold, long hold. If you do short hold, it'll change the value. To the second digit, press and long hold. To the last digit, the third digit, and we want that to be 0.2, and then just press and hold. And if you continue to press and hold, it'll cycle through the digits until you're there. Okay, so now we're in preset mode, starting from 0.2 and working out. So let's do some measurements. All right, so for starters, these will give you a nice sharp point to go from when you're trying to find centers on holes that are too big, as opposed to the caliper tips where you're trying to line the edge up. That's not terrible, about 0.006 off there, but it's not really going to help a ton with holes this large, which is why I'd like to see them make these with larger diameter inserts, or maybe I can make some, remake these pieces. One advantage to this is that you can loosen this pin, drop it down, and now you're no longer getting the hypotenuse. As you can see, I can still get the same 2-inch measurement here without having to cant my calipers at an angle. So that is really handy. Let me turn this sideways. Maybe it'll be better. So the advantage of these is that sliding this pin up means I no longer have to like lean my calipers to try and get this measurement. I can set the pin as long as it's within the measure, you know, the sliding range of this pin, and then measure my position on a horizontal plane and not get the hypotenuse anymore. So instead of 100 and something thousandths, 118 thousandths inaccuracy, I'm down to around 10 thousandths, at least in this case here. That's a really handy feature, having these adjustable pins. I think it was a brilliant idea on Shar's part. I think they just need to develop this just a little bit more, and they will have probably a range of products that'll be pretty fantastic, because this is a really handy design. On smaller parts, like this guy right here, oh, let's orient this like this so I can get in here. I bought the 12-inch because the 6-inch isn't available yet. They do have this coming out in a 6-inch. All right, so I pulled out the set screws out of these two holes. Leave the set screws in there just to keep debris from falling into them. Let's see how we go here. All right, so those sink down nicely. And look at that, within 1,000th, they promised plus or minus 2,000. So we're right in there. I think this is a very handy tool. All right, so my final thoughts on this are that these calipers are a pretty interesting design. They're definitely unique to what I've seen, and they've got a huge amount of potential. I'm really excited about the design. I think that if they made pins that were the same diameter up here but went to larger diameters at the bottom so you can handle holes other than really small ones like these 832s, I think that would be a huge plus. Look, the on-off switch is sort of the buttons aren't as positive as the other Aventor calipers, so I think they went to a different vendor to make these, even though these are the Shar's Aventor. The buttons just aren't as responsive as some of their other calipers. But I bought this brand new, first design, first ones out, so you never know. They'll probably improve it over time. Let's see. I love the fact they went to CR2032 rather than LR44 batteries. The LCD is readable. It's a decent size. Bigger would be better, but you know, you do what you can do. It looks like it could have data out. I don't know. These are around $200 and something, a little over $200 if I recall. I just bought these from their site and I forget what I paid, but it's around that price. The offset is a brilliant idea. I think that's pretty much it. I think they're going to be pretty handy. They could be better, but I am not complaining. I think they're a pretty decent design, and $200 for a 12-inch caliper, around $200 for a 12-inch caliper, is still an incredible deal. Mitsui Toyos would be a lot more, which is, you know, they are sort of the best calipers out there, at least from the ones I've used. They are super smooth, just a little bit smoother than everyone else's, and repeat just a little bit better than everyone else's from what my personal limited experience is. In any case, I think these are interesting. If you're interested, these are on Shar's website, so check them out. I will hopefully remember to put a link down below so you can find them. And that's about it. Hopefully this was useful for you. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.